go back to the 3 competitive advantages that you cited. And next to each one, I'd like for you to identify what's the proof or evidence of that competitive advantage. For each of the 3 that you identified, what is the proof or evidence? If you had to get in front of a jury of your peers and make a case that this is a competitive advantage of ours, what would you offer as proof or evidence? A survey, customer feedback, an industry statistics, something that would suggest this is true, this is real. Proof or evidence. And Jenna, if you're not able to find proof or evidence of one of your competitive advantages, what does that suggest?
It can't be considered a competitive
Yeah,
advantage.
you got to put a big X through it. It's not a competitive advantage. If you can't offer proof or evidence of a competitive advantage, it's not a competitive advantage.
I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
So I think we can prove it through just customer reviews.
Mhm.
That
So remind me, what's a competitive advantage?
ours was communication, relationships, direct contact with the owners.
Yeah.
Decision making.
One, you could prove that. One would be through some type of customer survey feedback that you get. A second could be, what is your retention rate of your customers? Oh, I'm asking, what is your retention rate?
I don't know exactly. Very high. Usually people move. That's when they cancel.
So if you're able to calculate your retention rate, and let's just say again, kind of like Prudential, it's 94%, would be pretty strong proof or evidence that we're good at building relationships with our customers, as evidenced by such a high retention rate. Or it could be the percentage of your clients that give you referrals.
Okay.
Retention rate, referrals, come back a second time, come back a third time. Anything that suggests that these guys really like you. Okay, let me go back to my screen here for a second. Okay, so I showed you the examples. I love this quote from the Grateful Dead. I never thought I'd be quoting the Grateful Dead in a program like this, but they're famous for saying success isn't about being perceived as the best at what you do. It's about being perceived as the only one who does what you do. The Grateful Dead were not necessarily the best musicians, but they were the only ones who played the type of music that they played. They were unique, they were different. So Stephen Jastrow is another author of a number of really good marketing books. And in one of them, he suggests that your customer or your prospect, when they are exposed to your competitive advantage, they will respond in one of 3 ways. Number 1, they'll say, I get it. They're nice. They're fast. They got good prices. I get it. The second way that they may respond to your competitive advantage when they see it is, I want that. That's pretty good. I need that. I want that. I'm going to give them a call. The third way that a customer may respond to your competitive advantage when they see it is, I can't get that anywhere else. So different, so unique. I can't imagine finding that anywhere else. And as you might imagine, our goal is we want people to think that third perspective. When they see your competitive advantage, we want them to respond in their head, I can't get that anywhere else. So different, so unique, so powerful. I've got to have that. Robert Murdoch, famous for saying, big will not beat small anymore. It's the fast beating the slow. And so velocity is certainly for small businesses, can be a key competitive advantage. How fast are you responding to your customers? How fast are you coming out with new products and services? Speed, velocity for small businesses can be a really compelling competitive advantage. So this is a quote from 2 authors, Chris Zook and James Allen. They said, over the long run, a company's strategic differentiation and execution matter far more to its performance as much as 4 times as much than the business they happen to be in. Every industry has leaders and laggards. The leaders are typically the companies that are most highly differentiated. So sometimes we think our success in business is because we've got a great location or that we're in a certain industry. But more likely, the reason for our success, again, is our ability to differentiate ourselves, to really leverage these competitive advantages.